Join me in painting a bunch of dragons. In the previous video, I drew a flying dragon. This time, I chose to draw a lot more dragons. Why? Well, it's my regular endeavour to see if I can make things cuter. And I keep saying that so much in these voiceovers, it's starting to feel a bit cliché at this point. But it's honestly something I enjoy exploring, and I'm finding that leaning into what I'm interested in and curious about is a lot more fun than forcing myself to do something. And if I'm making art for myself, then surely I should do something I enjoy, right? I'm doing something a little bit different with the sketches. Instead of creating them all beforehand and on one layer, I drew the different dragons on their own layers. The initial sketch was then refined into the final line art, maybe with a few exceptions. This is not a usual part of my process, but it's just something that worked with this image and was what I wanted to do at the time. Again, I am doing what I'm wanting to do then and there. As an artist, you aren't forever tied to one process. You are allowed to experiment and to do what feels right then and there. Doing what feels right is really important to keep things fresh and interesting, and that goes for subject, style, and process. So, the heart shape in the image, was it planned? Not at all. As you can see from the process, I was just blissfully drawing dragons, and then I spotted the way I had drawn them sort of created a heart shape, and I just went with it from there. While planning out an image can be a really good idea, I fully believe that happy little accidents happen and can improve your work in one way or another. While sometimes things not going to plan can be irritating and disheartening, other times it creates little moments of magic and creates something that elevates your work beyond your initial idea. Is art something that comes easily to me all the time? Goodness no. I know I make it sound easy in these voiceovers, saying that I just drew this image because I wanted to try out some stuff. But finding those moments of magic where my curiosity and interests push me into creating are at times scarce for me too. In the past few years, I have found it really tricky to find the time and/or the motivation to create art. Sometimes I'm just too busy doing other things, and suddenly days, weeks, and even months pass without creating a single new piece. Of course, I may still draw some stuff, but that might be a very quick sketch in the margin of a notebook, not something I'll share to social media and such. Life can get in the way for us all, but it's also why I tend to embrace and cherish the moments of magic where I can play around and have fun. To be honest, what I should do is to be more structured and put more time aside for doing more art. But it's something I struggle with because sometimes there just isn't time or energy for it. But what do I do to try to get back into things? I tend to watch art streams, and sometimes I join in these little art challenges that mostly consist of silly prompts. And for me, these little art challenges also allow me to be part of an art community, as I get to see everyone else's artwork for the same prompts. Seeing what others do help me want to carve out more time, but it's also very much a work in progress, as sometimes time and energy are far too scarce. So, if you struggle with carving out time for yourself and your interests, please know that you are not alone. If you have ever struggled to find time doing things you enjoy, how did you manage to carve out more time in your day or week? I'd love to know, so please share in the comments. Oh, and if you have a favourite among these little dragons, please feel free to share that as well. Thank you for watching.